Somebody should, but we don't know what somebody should be doing. You know what I mean? None of us know what anybody should be doing right now.
This is the monologue of a schizophrenic patient talking to a white wall.
Is he like talking to himself?
I told you to stop kidnapping me if you want to hang out with me. Just ask me to hang out like a normal person, please.
He's
Crazy.
My mother's immunocompromised. Guess what I didn't wear my whole childhood? A mask.
What are you going to do when the next Donald Trump gets here? Because conservatism always leads here. This is where we always end up with far-right ideology.
Hey guys, welcome back to Normal Gaze. I'm Brad Polumbo here with Clarkson Lawson.
I'm going to get comfy.
Well, you've been called out.
I know. This is going to be a hate video about me. And honestly, like,
You love
Peyton, I don't have the time for this right now. I have diarrhea. The sound of your voice is going to make me shit my pants.
So a leftist TikToker who is absolutely crazy, by the way. He has 265,000 followers on, this is Instagram, I think.
He's got like 980K on TikTok.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
He has, of course,
No, there's like
he, him
20,000.
pronouns.
It has like 20,000 likes. Like, people really hate me on TikTok.
That's so funny. That means they know who you
But
are.
honestly, what was crazy is after this posted, like the day before, I had an eyelash on my finger. And I was like, I'm becoming irrelevant. I need someone to make a hate video about me. So I wish that there would be some sort of TikTok drama that I could make content from.
But yet you haven't responded to it yet.
Yes, I have.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just didn't see it.
It's on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
My TikTok, I'm taking a week break from because every time I post, it gets like 200 views. I think I'm getting mass reported from his video.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's watch this.
If somebody uses a slur and it triggers you, you have an inferiority complex.
We are live!
Base.
So he just included literally zero context of what you were saying. So give the context.
Okay, so that terrible influencer, Lily Gaddis.
The racist far right.
Racist, far right. Her claim to fame was using the N-word.
Yeah, correct.
And everything was in an uproar. And the post that I made was like, first of all, you're giving this girl clout.
It's what she wanted.
Your anger is exactly.
Rage baited you and it worked.
And now she's an influencer because of it. Second of all, if just a random girl uses it and she used it, like, it's obviously derogatory to use, but she used it in like a passing way to seem like she's just like, it's just a part of her vernacular.
Yeah.
If that angers you so much, but so many other things that are happening specifically to your community don't, I would say that needs to be addressed. That mindset needs to be addressed.
I don't think
because if
you
a word
said
has that
anything
much
wrong.
power
Correct.
over you, you do have an inferiority complex, and it's not about oppression, because if you actually want to address oppression, we wouldn't be addressing this white girl who wants attention on TikTok. We would be addressing the actual issues.
So, but he gave you no context, and that's him presenting
And that's not me saying what she did is right. It's me saying, let's look at ourselves and let's not actually make someone famous.
That's like the clip he chose to make you look bad.
Right.
And
it's because I don't
no
talk,
context, and it doesn't.
Right. And this is why TikTok hates me so much, because I don't talk to people of color like they're less than me. All right. If I think you're doing something and you can disagree with me, if I think you're partaking in behavior that is self-destructive, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, you're
I
not
like
less
that.
than, you're equal to me. Therefore, you get my opinions just like anybody else does.
But he decided to do his little game show that he does to you. So let's watch.
Yes.
We are live! Once again with America's favorite game show, Google is free! As always, I'm your host, Chad Almanac, and this is the show where our contestants try to use the free search engine Google to make some sort of sense out of the crazy videos we see on the internet.
Do you want to know? This is actually genius.
The Google is free thing?
Because what it does is it gets people, all of his videos like this, they get people to go in the search bar. And the search bar pushes your videos on TikTok. If there's something for people to search, TikTok keeps track of how long they're searching that thing and that topic that they prompted from your video, and they push it out more because it increases their screen time on the app.
Interesting.
So that's why you always want to have something that people are searching.
Fascinating. So
Yeah.
my issue with this is you didn't make a factual statement. So like you gave an opinion, and he's saying like that like if a slur bothers you that much and you're triggered, like that's something you should work on or whatever. And he's saying Google is free. It makes it sound like he's about to fact check you, right?
Yeah, the whole video is not, it's just him screaming in a forest.
But I'm saying like this could be an interesting concept if you're debunking.
He was fact checking me on anything that I said.
False.
But no, he's just going to insert 6 minutes worth of opinions of him screaming at the camera in a beautiful forest because I voted for Kamala Harris and I shouldn't be, I don't know, like he's yelling at me for voting for Kamala Harris. As a leftist, he's yelling at me because I'm still a conservative. I guess I'm not far left enough for him. Okay. I don't want to be associated. If you go to a beautiful forest like that and you're manic, I don't want to be associated with you.
Meanwhile, he's like actively calling for people to kill the president.
Oh,
You
is
saw
he?
his other video? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll cut
I've
to this
seen
real
some other
quick.
stuff with him.
I'll cut to this real quick and then we'll come back to this.
Somebody should. Somebody should. You know? Somebody
At
should
Secret
what?
Service,
I
at
don't know.
FBI.
Neither do you, right? None of us know anything. We don't know fucking anything. But somebody should, though. If somebody knew what needed to be done, that person should probably just do it and know that we all would love you. We would love you forever. You'd never
Really?
want
Because
for anything
JD Vance is better?
Ever again. We've got you. We don't just have you. We have you and your family and your family's family. Just to be clear, somebody should, but we don't know what somebody should be doing. You know what I mean? None of us know what anybody should be doing right now, right? None of us know anything. We don't know anything. Just go and do what you need to do, which you don't even know you should be doing, because none of us even really know what we should be doing, right?
Bitch, this is the monologue of a schizophrenic patient talking to a white wall.
He's scary.
What's crazy is he goes, "We've got your back. We've got your back."
Bitch, you are broke.
He really thinks that TikTok is a form of activism.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we've got your back. Oh, you're going to put out an opinion piece on me after that person's in jail? What do you
They're
mean?
saying they'll give them money and they'll support them financially, which sounds like a crime. Offering people
that
to
doesn't matter
support
if
them
you're in
financially
jail for the rest of your life.
And like, I'm sorry, you're not the good guy when you're calling for terrorism.
Anyways, get back to the hate video about me.
You're like, but this is who you're not far left enough for him means you're doing something correct.
Yes.
Videos we see on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest needs no introduction, so please help me welcome my close personal best friend, Marcus.
Oh, I thought it was me.
Is he like talking to himself?
Chet, I told you to stop kidnapping me if you want to hang out with me. Just ask me to hang out like a normal person, please.
He's
crazy. I also have multiple personalities in my head sometimes.
This would be you if I wasn't around.
Yeah.
Just doing this just with you and you.
This is, buddy, my mama takes a pill to stop this.
You guys have a lot in common.
Yeah, so
maybe this is like the enemies.
I'm
of
not
small
murderous.
differences. Yeah, but
I'm an ethical tyrant.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Where are we? Well, Marcus, the world's been looking pretty bleak lately. And when it comes to our game show, it feels like we aren't even having fun anymore. It was never fun, so I figured why not give the people a good old-fashioned get a load of this dude super special vacation episode. Vacation.
He's on vacation.
So that's why you're wearing your...
me.
That is why I'm wearing my super special vacation shorts, yes. So this guy's name is Clarkson Lawson, and you've probably seen him before, Chet, because we did a video on him a long, long time ago because he was being an ignorant little on the topic of reparations. Well, yes, we have, Marcus. And it looks like since then he has somehow become the face of...
Wait, it says, I no support Donald anymore. I good now, but I never wrong before, though, is what that's how he described it.
That's how he described me. I think I've said that I was wrong on many things.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. But okay.
Also, like,
he's on vacation. I do admire. You know what?
Normal.
Your biggest haters are your biggest fans.
You're on
vacation.
That's why.
And also, you must be poor because when I go on vacation, I don't want to make content.
The face of the former Trump supporter turned rational thinker movement. Yes, and please explain to the people at home.
Yeah, well,
you're using
you
rational
just called him a
thinker
rational thinker as an own?
as an insult?
Oh, that's no. In the sense that, you know what I mean? Like,
All right.
Oh, okay.
Also, the face of a movement.
Okay.
I mean, not
really.
That's generous, but like I'm not touring with Liz Cheney or anything, but I mean, yeah. The only face that I've become the face of is plastic surgery.
And OnlyFans.
And OnlyFans.
People at home what that is, right after a word from me.
Hi, my
That's an
name's
ad.
Peyton,
Let's
and
go
I've
back.
been a naughty boy.
What the
It's an ad.
for his OF?
No, I think he's doing like donations or stuff. I'm sure there's some type of influence peddling on it, but
Ew.
shows you his client or his types of followers if they like that.
Who wants to see that?
Naughty boy. That would be amazing, and I would love it.
This is how it works. Basically, you take a person who was diehard in their support of conservatism for years, to the point of voting for Trump twice.
Masking is not an option. My mother's immunocompromised. Guess what I didn't wear my whole childhood? A mask.
Forehead's crazy, but you ate.
Yeah,
Forehead's crazy.
I love how he says like I was espousing conservatism, but
normal ass takes.
none of these takes have been
Anything to do with politics.
they have nothing to do with conservative ideology at all. And his whole video is like talking about how conservatism has no place, and you guys will see it, how it has no place in society. And it's like, I've never been a full-fledged conservative.
You were a Republican.
I was supporting Republicans, which have some conservative
And
beliefs.
you probably called yourself conservative.
But sure, yeah. But my idea of conservative, and this is where I went wrong, is that my idea of conservatism was like the MAGA version of like more populist liberal social policy, and then like maybe more like fiscal conservatism, because I thought that we have progressed to the point where conservatism was that. So that's where I was coming from, but I never was actually espousing like.
Oh, but you just admitted you were wrong about something.
I did.
But you apparently never do.
Right.
According to him.
Right.
He's just showing your highlight reel.
He's showing every time I attack marginalized identities because he knows that's what his followers are going to freak out over. And I just want to say thank you, because every time I see these videos, I'm like, damn, I was eating them up.
But also, like, you're attacking marginalized identities. But you're right, though. Are you supposed to just not say the true thing about them because they
That's
have
what they
some box
want.
on the
Yes.
census?
Yeah, you're not allowed to critique them. Anyways, we keep interrupting it. We gotta.
The reason nobody talks about the debts of reparations is because the people who owe the debts are not alive.
You ate again!
It's true. People got so mad at me for that reparations video, and they're like,
true.
And this was their comeback. The government owes it, and it's like, who funds the government?
That's crazy.
The people who are alive right now.
That's actually a substantive response. Normally they say, of course a white person would say that.
Well, I got that too.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
the only substantive response I got was that it's the government owing reparations. And it's like, but who funds the government? Our government is made up of the people.
In practice, that just means us.
Right.
Now.
Right.
This says to me, not that we're a marginalized community. In fact, it says the opposite.
And then before the 2024
He's just, I mean, whatever.
He highlighted me talking about gay people, black people, immunocompromised, and whatever the hell Aslan Bird is.
for election, they are met with the unmistakable reality that Trump is a incompetent moron and he should not be president. So they vote against him.
Did you vote for President Trump in November?
I did not. I voted for Kamala Harris at the top of my ticket and Republicans in the House and the Senate.
And now they would have you believe that they are proof we should all be working together because at the end of the day, we are all people or something.
He calling me a rational thinker, saying that. Wait, he's going to show a clip of me saying it.
I don't know exactly.
As a moderate, Republicans have entirely lost the plot. More right-leaning people just got on here and said that, we could actually heal this country.
I don't
Yeah,
know
me
what.
saying very unifying things is a problem.
I'm so confused. Is this video supposed to make you look bad? And is he mad at you for being against Trump too late? That's insane.
That's what I don't get. It's like,
that's not how democracy works. You're supposed to welcome people to your side. Did he even vote for Kamala?
he probably didn't.
He probably didn't.
Probably voted for Jill Stein.
And then he's like, and people like Clarkson are why we have Trump.
It's like, why is it so hard for you to believe that somebody who has moderate beliefs is anti-Trump?
This does not make sense.
Like, I don't understand.
critique
It's
is
manic.
so
This is mania.
And he would know.
Yeah. All right, keep it going, because there's so much.
What? What's wrong? You don't know.
Here we go.
Do you? You have no idea.
comes the breakdown.
Nothing, right? Chet, you clearly have some stuff to get off your chest, all right? And I'm here for you. Just let it out, please. Next time, don't kidnap me. I wish you hadn't have done that, okay? But
so weird.
Play stupid games.
Wait,
I
hold
chose
on.
to become your friend. Thanks.
This is both a show called Google is Free, but it's also a game show.
But also he hasn't Googled
But then
any
it's also
facts.
but then it's also a segment on get a load of this guy. So what exactly is this? And it's a special vacation episode. What there is no like
schizophrenic
plot. There's no plot line to this. Like when you wrote the script for this and you said, I want it to give this, the plots, like the dots were everywhere. There's no storyline.
This is a psychotic break. It's
You've
giving
gotta
Candace
You've
Owens.
got to see the video that I made after because it's so funny. I didn't even address any of his points. I literally just like zoomed in on his knee shaking and stuff.
What I was going to say about this is that the whole point is like Google is free and he has yet to Google anything.
No, because if he did, sorry, I almost just scrolled in my camera roll and he saw something. Thank God.
I don't want to see that.
No, I know. If he did Google something, I would be right.
What's he going to Google? Like, he's a rational thinker. Explain why that's bad, Google.
Yeah, what the
Thanks, Marcus. Go ahead, man. So here's the issue I have with this whole, like, hey, I left MAGA, now I'm going to help you guys defeat fascism because I understand that that guy is bad. That negates every single other decision that led you to following Donald Trump. I don't understand a world where you guys think that, like, conservatism is not tied to Donald Trump.
If you actually understood what conservatism is, you would understand that Trump is the least
Also, like,
conservative president.
Were you born in 2016? What do you mean? I don't understand a world in which conservatism is not tied to Donald Trump. So you mean all of history before Donald Trump?
You don't understand.
You never heard of Ronald Reagan?
Right, like, how do you not understand where conservative... This is basic politics, like 101, bro. Like, people's political opinions stem from their biases. Conservative people are more risk averse. They like to see order, and liberals are a little bit of the opposite. It's like, these are basic psychology questions that you do not need to go to college to understand. And you don't understand where conservative comes from?
Yourself up for not going to college? I bet you this.
He probably did.
As like a bougie liberal arts degree from like Bowdoin or something.
He seems like a theater kid, if I'm being honest.
Probably went to
That's what. But like, I hope you didn't go to theater school because this is terribly formatted. There's no storyline here.
And the parts you're playing all just feel like
I'm glad that you have different characters, but this is hardly like improv or any type of display of creativity.
So confused on where you go, like the line has been drawn. Like, this guy said that he voted for Trump twice, but didn't vote for him this time because of his foreign and economic policy.
Correct.
He said tariffs. He vaguely said tariffs this time. That's about it. He ran on the exact same things he's always been running on, and you guys ate it up every other time.
Yeah, but you changed your mind. That's the whole point.
I changed my mind, and also, yeah, he ran on the same things he was running on, but his record as president was different. So that also played a factor into it. And he didn't run on the same things he's always ran on. He didn't run on aggressive immigration policy, on aggressive tariff policy.
Well, he did run on that.
He did run on tariff policy.
Nearly as much.
Right. Let's also just remind everybody this dude is on vacation.
And he's yapping about you to himself while putting intermittently an ad that features him in weird
fetish gear. The thing is when I responded to this video, and you guys will see, I didn't even like focus on any of the claims he was making because
he didn't even really make claims.
It's just like schizophrenic ranting.
I'm trying to think of a claim he made about you or why you're
He's
wrong.
like, he didn't vote for Trump for his economic and foreign policy.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like those are good reasons to not vote for
Yeah, the way Trump was talking about Ukraine turned me off. The way he was talking about Putin turned me off. Talking about NATO turned me off. Those are valid, whether or not you agree with them, they're valid concerns in a voter.
But now you guys are just going to be like, well, guess we picked the bad egg, but everything else we believe in is fine. Like, what are you going to do when you come face to face with all of your ideologies again? What are you going to do when the next Donald Trump gets here? Because conservatism always leads here. This is where we always end up with far-right ideologies. So I'm saying when Donald Trump 2 gets here again, are you just going to go, wow, pick the wrong egg again, but all my ideologies are still fine? This isn't for Clarkson because I know that he does not give a about any of these
Damn
things.
straight.
He's a conservative and he likes everything Donald Trump likes. He just does not want to look stupid. For all of these other people...
Do you think I'm worried about my digital footprint? You think I'm worried about looking stupid? I mean, also, again, now that I'm actually talking about his claims, any form of extremism or dogmatic politics, whether it's on the left or the right, can lead to chaos. Fascism isn't the only thing that is possible. Hello, look at communism. It's not like that hasn't killed more people than fascism.
Far left ideology doing any harm whatsoever.
So what are you going to do when the next Stalin comes up? You probably suck his dick.
Oh. What's he say? Queen.
People that you guys are trying to include in the movement now because they're anti-MAGA now. Who cares if they voted for Donald Trump in the past?
That's how politics works.
This is I want to pull us all back to reality for a second because we're engaging too much with manic rantings. I voted for Trump when I was 18 and 22 years old.
But no, you're damn for life.
How old am I now? 28. It has been almost a decade since I placed a ballot for Donald Trump. 3 years since I even identified as a Republican. I became an independent for a year before I rescinded all my support for Trump. So the idea that nobody can change their views, specifically when they're that young, is so idiotic.
And the idea that you would train
Hillary
your
Clinton
fire
was a
on them?
conservative during the time that I was.
Well, Elizabeth Warren was too.
Yeah. It's because, okay, the truth is, and this isn't me dogging conservatism because there are valid things in conservatism that I still agree with. Conservatism is very easy to understand. If you're very, very, like, if you're just dedicated, like, if you look at it as, like, if you're dogmatic about it, I think it's easier to understand than considering all perspectives and finding the truth in it. And I think that that is more associated with liberalism, not leftism, but liberalism.
Okay.
So I think as like a lot of people it is easier to be conservative when you're young because it's easier to just have a strong aversion to order and just want,
Oh, I think it's easier to be idealistically progressive when you're young.
It depends on your upbringing.
I guess.
For sure.
Yeah.
But for me, it was easier to be conservative because I'm an asshole and I don't consider other people's opinions.
But also, it's just this guy seems like you're a leftist or whatever, and you want to stop fascism or whatever, and you're going to train your energy on the guy who agrees with you already and left, rather than the people that are still promoting it. That makes no sense. And
it's
that's
that
not how
meme of like,
democracy works.
it's that, well, they're not pragmatic people.
Not at all.
It's that meme of that girl who was getting canceled by leftists, some YouTuber, and she's like, they don't actually want to change power. They just want to, they just want to endlessly critique it. And they only critique what they have proximity to. So that's why he made videos about me when I was conservative, but like his focus is now on.
It's just such a
even though I voted for Kamala Harris.
Did he even?
I'm curious about
see
that.
him being a Jill Stein voter, which would make this would add a layer of hilarious element to it all.
Donald Trump in the past, or even in this election. That matters, dude. That really matters, that we have people walking around thinking that it's okay to follow all of these conservative ideologies as long as they don't like Trump. What the are you talking about? All of this is wrong, and it's not because of Trump. He just took advantage of it at the time that he could. It's all of this ideology. It's everything about it needs to go away. All of it is wrong.
That's such a simplistic, as if roughly half of America believes in an ideology that is wrong about everything. You really think that's true? You're really that close-minded, that much of a simpleton? You think the world is that simple and everything? Oh, I have it all figured out in my 29-year-old manic frenzy. You're actually not freaking Picasso and Einstein and the world's greatest minds.
He reminds me a lot of me when I was ignorantly.
No, you were never like that.
I was never like that.
Never that fucking crazy.
I've never been that like close-minded. But I just want to do some breathing exercises with him, you know? Like, let's just.
I think he needs to be committed.
Peyton,
he looks like a danger to himself or others.
Somebody's recording. Somebody handed him a phone. It looked like a female hand. So I'm so sorry to the girlfriend.
I'd be scared.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is like, we know you're manic, baby. You can hide behind your character that is like acting manic, but at some point, like, this creativity comes from somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, it's the least creative creativity ever.
Yeah, like, I whatever.
Let's try to get through this.
Is wrong. There are not both sides to this world, and I'm tired of pretending that there are, okay? There are sides that have facts and logic, and there are sides that are conservatism. That's how it works.
Oh my God.
That entire sentence
what a childish
opposite
sentiment
of facts and logic.
Also, my favorite part about this is that we are now 5 minutes and 16 seconds into his video, and he has yet to correct a factual statement of any kind. But all the facts are
or provide a logical one.
Oh, of course, but I wasn't even hoping for that.
There has been no logic.
Using it.
What is the logic of telling someone who is 18 and 22 years old that because of those decisions that they made, their mind can never be changed?
Or they should never be welcomed.
Or they should never
movement, and they're damned forever.
But I do want to make it clear. I don't want to be welcomed, and I thank you for making this video about me because I don't want your followers to follow me. I hate everybody.
I mean, this is like the Hassan Piker crowd.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like many people think that just because I didn't vote for Trump that I like want to switch. I'm like, I don't want to be with any of you.
Y'all stink.
You all suck, including crazy MAGAs. Sure. Everybody sucks. besides me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Emily Saves America seems amazing to me.
Get me started. We used to be such good friends.
Okay? Insisting on having this both sides world is again why we keep ending up here. Stop pretending like anything conservatives think has an ounce of credibility in reality. I'm not saying people can't change, but do you know how long it takes people to change? Do you know how long this indoctrination goes back? Do you have any inkling of where we will end up again if we keep letting these things just slide?
Slide!
And there you go. See, you feel better? Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Hey, Chet. Hey. Chet? What are you doing? What's going on, man? I'm just burnt out, man. Me.
Oh my God. I didn't see this part because it was so long that when I reacted to
your
his video-
attention span is crazy. I didn't even get through the whole video about you.
No, I couldn't. Like my narcissism and my attention span were competing and the attention span won.
That's hilarious.
I didn't see this. He's definitely a theater kid.
Oh my, and like,
Absolutely a theater kid.
But like the one that even the other theater kids thought was weird.
Yeah, like the one whose mom came in and like threatened the person to give him the lead part. Like that's the type of kid. Like, oh God,
he is.
You're burnt out.
Psychotic.
You're probably burnt out because when you go on vacation, you don't actually vacation. You just rant about me for 6 minutes. And while I love the attention,
apropos of nothing.
And when I walked to the gym after, because he sent me this video, I didn't even see it. He sent it to me, and I was like, I watched it, and then I put my headphones in, and I was listening to this new song called "Leak It." I think it's by Flo, and it's very like it kind of gives Pussycat Doll vibes. I was strutting to the gym, bitch.
See, because I post our stuff and we work together and everything. For whatever reason, my algorithm is like attuned to the keyword Clarkson Lawson.
Oh,
like that.
Yeah.
So anything someone tweets about you or TikToks about you is served directly to me.
But what's crazy is that like I haven't posted on TikTok in like a week and a half, I think, because of what's going on with my account. And I didn't get tagged in anything. That's how you know that TikTok is over me, because they didn't even bother like tagging me and nothing.
Wow.
They just sat there and they're like, yeah, I hate that guy. I'm like, wow, I've reached that point of notoriety where you just don't even tag me.
That's crazy.
That's great.
It just feels so
manic?
Inevitable. Preventable. None of this has ever been inevitable. It never has been. It never will be.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's always been so...
Oh my God.
Preventable. Which means it still is, right?
Oh my God. Dude, you need to go lift some weights. Like, I'm sorry, that was the most feminine, and I don't believe in gender roles, but you gotta do something.
He
thought he was in Batman.
He really thinks he's like a Shakespearean figure.
He's like, I'm tired. I'm doing all this work. You're posting on TikTok. You're literally posting on TikTok. Oh my God.
Some people are just too far gone.
You gotta watch my video because it's so funny.
This guy's name is Clarkson Lawson, and you've probably seen him before, Chad, because we did a video on him a long, long time ago because he was being an ignorant little on the topic of reparations.
You're such a... You're just
I've got to sell my OnlyFans.
You should have put like a OF logo or something.
I know.
You should have made it less subtle.
I mean...
But look, what are you doing?
I'm showing off. I'm keeping the viewer interested.
Much like since then, he has somehow become the face of the former Trump supporter turned rational thinker movement.
A video about me, Peyton?
It looks like since then, he has somehow become the face of the former Trump supporter turned rational thinker movement.
While I appreciate the notoriety you're putting on my name there, bud, I'm kind of in my flop era, so the only movement I've become the face of is plastic surgery. But you know what? You seem pretty charged up about me, so let me just hear what you got to say.
Here's the issue I have with this whole hey, I left MAGA, now I'm going to help you guys defeat fascism because that guy is bad. This guy said that he voted for Trump twice, but didn't vote for him this time because of his foreign and economic policies. Here again, or you're just going to go, wow. Have people walking around thinking that it's okay to follow all of these conservative ideologies as long as they don't like Trump. Everything about it, the inkling of where we will end end up if we keep letting these things just slide.
Daddy, chill.
Slide. This isn't for Clarkson because I know that he does not give a about any of these things. He's a conservative and he likes everything Donald Trump likes. He just does not want to look stupid.
You think I'm worried about my digital footprint looking stupid?
If you're really being essayed by like Epstein, Trump, or Stephen Hawking, wouldn't you rather it be Stephen Hawking?
Now, to summarize his like
That's a great clip.
It is a good one. Yeah.
like 6-minute mania-induced rant about me. Basically, he's just saying that conservatism has no place in society, and I fundamentally disagree with him on that. I think conservatism does play a role in being risk-averse, and sometimes a culture is moving too quickly in a progressive way, and it needs to be slowed down by conservatism. And I think the two ideologies balance themselves out. I'm not dogmatic when it comes to my political opinions, but some people are, and that's fine. I will say, though, my pragmatism is typically associated with liberal ideology. Maybe not leftist, but liberal. So calling me at 28 years old a conservative because of how I voted when I was 18 and 22, it's a little bit of a jump. Now, to address your point about people like me coming onto the left and claiming to be fighting fascism with you, I'm not fighting fascism. I'm posting on TikTok. Unlike you, I don't believe that to be a form of activism. Second of all, I feel like most of us who are politically homeless have made it abundantly clear that we want nothing to do with y'all in your like leftist spaces. I'm not trying to link up with you and scream at my phone by a beautiful lady. We don't want it. So thank you for making this video. Tell your followers not to come to my page. And also enjoy your vacation.
Super special vacation episode.
Seems like you're having a grand old time.
It was perfect, wasn't it?
You ate up.
I just thought it would be better to just make him out to be the clown that he is and not. You can't, like, I wasn't going to take it seriously.
He made no
His
points.
knee, he was literally doing the Demi Lovato knees. You know what I'm talking about? In Camp Rock, where she does this with her knees. Hold on. The Disney knees. You guys don't know what I'm talking about?
Well, this was interesting, I guess. Let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, become a channel member to make that crazy really sad.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with more real soon.